Welcome to Whatever Happened to Pizza at McDonald's, the investigative journalism program, or IJP, where I ask the question, whatever happened to the pizza at McDonald's? I'm your host, Brian Thompson. Today, I would like to address some issues raised in last week's show. First and foremost, you're probably wondering if Greg Mills, the franchise owner of the Pomeroy, Ohio McDonald's, made himself available for a phone call with me Monday at 10 a.m., as his receptionist all but promised he would. He did not. As of press time, he remains in hiding. Therefore, I sadly have no update on why Mr. Mills believes McDonald's corporate forced him to stop selling pizza. Mr. Mills, if you're listening, please call me. Your receptionist has my telephone number. I promise you I will take your call. If I take a nap, I will make sure to set my ringer to its highest possible volume. If I'm driving, I will stay in the right-hand lane so as to facilitate a quick and easy pullover. And if I am in the bathroom, I will pause my business before the fourth ring. That is my guarantee to you, Mr. Mills. All I want is your perspective. Second, and perhaps more importantly, a question has been raised about last week's undercover call to McDonald's customer service. As you'll recall, I disguised myself as a truck driver by the name of Larry Truck. Though I did not receive an official explanation from McDonald's as to why they forced an end to Pomeroy's pizza program, I considered the call a success in that my identity remained safely obscured. However, listener Parker Bent disagreed. Said listener wrote to me on Twitter, saying, quote, "Forgive my candor at Pizza at McD's, but claiming to have driven a truck through the Pomeroy drive-thru may have blown your cover." Unquote. At first, I had no recollection of what Parker Bent was talking about. When I go undercover, I literally become the character I am portraying. This may be difficult for the average person to understand, but it's a phenomenon common to great actors such as Marlon Brando, Jim Carrey, and Chris Tucker. As Chris Tucker's body became possessed by the spirit of Ruby Rhod during the making of The Fifth Element, so too did my body become possessed by the spirit of Larry Truck during my phone call. So, I had to re-listen to last week's program to refresh myself, and it turns out that Larry Truck did indeed claim to have driven his truck through the Pomeroy McDonald's drive-thru in search of pizza. Listener Parker Bent seems to imply that this act is so far outside the realm of possibility that the hapless customer service representative with whom I was speaking could not have believed it, thus puncturing the carefully crafted illusion that is the character of Larry Truck. But does Parker Bent even know what he or she is talking about? As I pondered this question, the following commercial came blaring from my television.
When you can drive a truck, you got a job, my friend. Diesel Driving Academy will teach you all you need to know. Call 1-800-551-8900. Diesel Driving Academy.
If anyone would know whether truck drivers can drive through drive-thrus, it would have to be those who teach them how to drive trucks. I decided to give the Diesel Driving Academy a call.
Diesel Driving Academy.
Hello, my name is Brian Thompson. I'm a journalist. I have a question about truck driver training.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, my name is Brian Thompson. I'm a journalist, and I have a question about truck driver training. When you're dealing with your students, do you take a driver's test or do you go out on the road?
Yes, we do.
Have you ever visited a fast food restaurant for a quick bite to eat while training?
No, hadn't visited one. No.
Do you think it would be acceptable to drive a big rig through a drive-thru at a fast food restaurant when looking for a quick bite to eat?
I don't think either one, because I don't know where that comes into play.
Well, if the driver is hungry and is passing through say a small town with, let's just for argument's sake say one McDonald's that serves pizza and they wanted to drive through the drive-through to get something to eat, is that something that is acceptable, or would you prefer that they stop in the parking lot and go inside?
I mean, we don't teach that, so I mean, I don't know how to really answer that for you.
Okay. Do you think that a standard-sized Big Rig would fit through a drive-through?
It ought to put. I have no idea, to be honest with you. I mean, I could. If you had something specific for me to go look at or see or something, maybe I could tell you. But I mean, just off the top of my head, I really don't know.
But you've never heard of anyone doing such a thing?
I've never even thought about it, to be honest with you.
Sensing the conversation headed nowhere, I hung up on this helpful driving instructor and instead directed my query directly at someone who may have encountered a Larry truck type in the real-life flesh.
Pomeroy McDonald's, can I help you?
Hello, this is the McDonald's in Pomeroy, Ohio.
McDonald's, may I help you?
Hi, I have what may be a strange question, but I was wondering if you recall a Big Rig ever being driven through the drive-thru at your location?
No, not through our drive-thru.
You seem very sure of that. Are you saying that it wouldn't fit, or?
Unless it's happened in the nighttime, a Big Rig doesn't drive through our drive-thru.
Why do you say unless it happens in the nighttime?
Can I help you with something?
I'm researching whether or not Big Rigs can fit through drive-thrus at fast food
They
establishments.
can't. We have a sign that says they can't.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, that answers
you.
my question. Thank you.
All right, hon. Bye.
Goodbye. But just because the Pomeroy McDonald's has a sign asking truck drivers not to drive through their drive-thru, that doesn't mean that driving a truck through a drive-thru is outside the realm of possibility. Putting aside this strange implication that they may do so at night, truck drivers are known for their rebellious nature at any time of day. I have a difficult time believing that a paltry sign would stand in the way of a hungry trucker hopped up on Yellow Jackets and late to an arm wrestling tournament. So, in a last-ditch effort to prove my listener wrong, I attempted to contact an actual truck driver.
Calls for 475. This is Trev. Can I help you?
Hello, my name is Brian Thompson. I'm a journalist, and I'm trying to get in touch with a truck driver to ask one simple question. Would it be possible for me to talk to a truck driver who might be in your establishment right now?
Give me 1 second, sir. I'll try and get one up.
Okay, thank you.
What question do you have to ask?
It's a question about fast food. I was wondering if any truck drivers have ever driven their Big Rigs through the drive-thru at a fast food restaurant.
I can answer that for you. The way it's laid out, at least at most stores, is they can't do it. And most of the drive-thrus have that bar for the height limit.
I see. I've seen those.
About?
Yes, I've seen those bars before, but it seems like a Big Rig could crash through one of those if the driver were hungry enough.
Okay. Give me 1 second, sir. I'll see if I can get one.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Who are you waiting for?
Hi, I was just waiting for a truck driver to talk to me. The gentleman I was talking to earlier went to go get one.
Okay. I guess he can't find one. Is there anything I can help you with?
Are you a truck driver?
I've drove a truck before, but I haven't been in one in about a month.
Okay, well, maybe you can help me then. I'm doing some research into truck drivers and their relationship with fast food drive-thrus. Do you think it's possible for someone to drive a Big Rig through a fast food drive-thru, say a McDonald's, for example?
No, sir.
And
not
why?
safely. It is not.
And why do you say that?
Because they're not wide enough to turn the corners. You can barely get a vehicle through them.
I see. You said safely. Is there a way to do it unsafely?
Yeah, they could probably run over the curbs and all.
Okay, so
but
it's...
it wouldn't be very nice.
I see. So it's possible.
Yeah, but they'd probably tear up something if they'd done it.
I see. Well, that's very helpful information. Thank you for your candor.
Uh-huh.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye-bye.
There you have it. It is entirely possible to drive a truck through a drive-thru. You just have to be willing to throw your manners out the window. And as a close personal friend of Larry Trucks, I can tell you, he is willing to do just that. Today's episode of Whatever Happened to Pizza at McDonald's is brought to you by Right Channel Radios, the #1 choice in CB radios. If you see a bear in the bushes and need to holler at your Smokey, Right Channel Radios will make sure you get a Big 10-4 before you flip-flop across the hammer lane. Right Channel Radios. Get your ears on and come on back, good buddy. Do you know what happened to pizza at McDonald's? Do you remember it? Please send all correspondence to pizza@mcdonalds@gmail.com, to our Twitter page at pizza@mcd's, or through Facebook at facebook.com/pizza@mcd's. Subscribe to our IJP on Apple Podcasts, and if you like the show, consider leaving a review. To provide financial support, visit patreon.com/pizza@mcd's, or to make a one-time donation, use our PayPal email address, pizza@mcdonalds@gmail.com. I'm Brian Thompson.